My name's Inderjit Gill and I'm in Newton's dispute resolution team. Today I'm going to run through landlord's options where a commercial tenant hasn't paid their rent. There are options for the landlord. First and foremost is forfeiture, secondly CCJs, thirdly bankruptcy, and then finally commercial rent arrears recovery. Most leases provide for forfeiture. The landlord can either take the premises back and change the locks, alternatively they may want to obtain a court order to enable them to do so. Landlords need to consider the potential for there being a void period where no tenant is paying them any rent. The other problem is the landlord may need to delay matters and wait and see if the tenant applies for relief from forfeiture. Due to the potential disruption to business, tenants can really afford to allow their landlords to effect forfeiture because the landlords need to take extreme care to make sure that inadvertently acknowledge the continued existence of the lease. If there has been acknowledgement by the landlord, this could lead to the waiver of the right to forfeit. As an alternative, the landlords can take drastic action or seek to make the tenant bankrupt. For an individual, this would be a bankruptcy petition. The minimum threshold is £5,000 and statutory demand needs to be served. Statutory demand would allow the tenant 21 days in which to respond or make payment. That means the landlord needs to seek a winding up and the threshold is much lower than £750. Again, as a precursor, they should send a letter and give the company an opportunity to make a payment. The danger for tenants is bankruptcy can lead to a significant interruption to their business. The problem for landlords is there's no guarantee of payment. They will just rank amongst all the creditors or the tenant. Another option for landlords is issuing county court proceedings and obtaining a CCJ against the tenant. Again, as a precursor, a letter before action should be served on the tenant, again giving them an opportunity to make payment. Having a CCJ is only the first step. The landlord then needs to see if they can enforce that judgment against the tenant and see if the tenant has any income and assets upon which they can enforce that judgment upon. Landlords can seek to enforce a waiver charging order or a third-party debt order. Landlords can also instruct the court bailiff or the High Court enforcement officer, but ordinarily they would look to CRA. CRA stands for Commercial Rent Arrears Recovery. That involves instructing a enforcement agent to attend at the tenant premises. The agent can enter into a controlled goods agreement, which is known as walking possession. The agent can secure the goods or remove the goods. Ordinarily, the agent would give 7 days' notice to the tenant. Summing up, the landlords have a number of routes which they can go to. They have a few weapons in their armoury, and they need to carefully decide which one to use. If you are a landlord and you need some help, please contact Newton Solicitors